everyone, and welcome back to a brand new speed build. Today I have a neutral family apartment for you guys, and I'm so excited to share this because it has been a hot minute since I did an apartment. I don't do apartments too often. I like doing them, don't get me wrong, but I have most of them done for my save files, so I tend not to gravitate towards doing them. But I have had this one done since okay, can you guys promise not to bully me or be mad at me when I tell you this? I built this in July of 2023. Yes, I know. It's been a hot minute. It's been almost 2 years. So it's better late than never, right? And I do still really like this apartment, but that means that this apartment is not gonna have anything from any of the new packs we've gotten over the last 2 years. So if you don't have any of them, that's good for you. Bad for me for not posting this earlier. But it's fine. I have a backlog of videos. We all know this. But anyways, I did ask you guys last week over on Twitter what you wanted my next video to be, because again, I have a lot of different videos that are already done. I just need to edit them. And the votes got tied. It was little like people wanted different things, but like there was a tie between an apartment and a Tudor build, and the apartment one was like leading for so long that I was like, okay, I'm doing that. Plus I haven't posted an apartment in like so long, so here we are. And yeah, again, I'm super excited to share this because I do love how this apartment turned out. It is very like cozy and homey, and just I don't know. I would personally love living in this apartment because it's just so cozy. But yeah, so I call it a neutral family apartment because my goal with this apartment was to make it as like, again, as cozy as possible, but with like earth tones. So this apartment is mostly just like a mixture between like brown, beige, and like, green maybe. Like there's a lot of just like earthy tones again. But I do really like it. I think it turns out really cute and like works out pretty well. I guess it's kind of similar to how I furnish all of my apartments, or like not just of my apartments, but like all my builds, because I tend to go for a more like earthy color scheme. But for me, this is just like a regular apartment. Like it doesn't have a theme to it really. It doesn't have like a specific color theme that isn't like, quote unquote regular. So yeah, I really like it. The apartment ends up being for two parents and a kid, and I believe also a dog or a cat, one of them, I think. You can have probably whichever you want. Again, I built this a while ago, so bear with me. But yeah, so I really like this apartment also because of the layout. This is built in the 17 Culpepper House, which I have renovated this apartment so many times. This used to be my favorite one to renovate. I think I've renovated it on the channel before. I think so. But I know that like even before I started my channel, I used to renovate this apartment all the time. I don't know why, I just really like the shape of it, but I almost always did a similar floor plan all of those times. But for this one, I did a little bit of a different floor plan, and I do really like it. Again, since I built this like 2 years ago, I built this before, I believe at least, we got to update where like you could move the windows. Obviously you could do that before with the tool mod as well, but in this apartment I did not move any of the windows. So the windows are in their original placements, at least from what I remember. I might be wrong in that, but I'm like 99% sure that I'm right. So yeah, I don't know. I really like this apartment. The kitchen ends up being where I normally have like a bathroom, and then the bathroom is kind of like in the middle of the apartment. So it's a little weird. Like the kitchen doesn't have a window in there, but I think it's fine. I think it works out in the end. There also isn't a dining table, but there are like and there are what there is a kitchen island, so you can eat there, you can eat in the couches, or wherever. But anyways, moving on, talking about what I'm doing right now. So right now I am working on the living room. It's the first room that I start out with. Well, obviously if it's the first room, it's the one I start out with. Can you tell that I'm tired? But for the living room, I went with a couch. Like the love seat that I went with is from the Book Nook kit, and then the couch, like the 3-seater one, I believe is from like Desert Luxe or something like that. I just really love those two couches together, especially in these like beige natural tones. I think they look really cute. And then I matched them with some love seats from the Book Nook kit as well, I believe. And then behind the not the love seat, the armchairs. Did I say love seat? I think I said love seat. I meant the armchairs. The armchairs are from the Book Nook kit as well as the love seat. But behind the love seat, I did this kind of like bookcase wall. And I did this using the modular bookcases that we got also from the Book Nook kit. I used a lot of stuff from the Book Nook kit in this build apparently. But yeah, I used a bunch of different options from those bookcases that we got. Some that are like completely filled with books, some that have what's it called, like open slots or whatever. And I do clutter it up with a lot of things because I was thinking that one of the parents might be like an archaeologist or something like that. So I put a bunch of stuff that I was like, when they've been traveling, when they've been doing their archaeologist things, that was really hard to say, they have brought those things home with them. So yeah, I just put like a bunch of different things. There's a mixture of like statues, of some plans, of just other books, and just a bunch of different things. But yeah, I really liked it. And then I didn't know what to do behind that wall because you could still see part of the wall because I didn't do this so the bookcases went all the way up. They kind of make like a staircase, if that makes sense. So there's still some wall space and I didn't know what to do, but in the end I put a mirror behind it. I don't know why. I just really liked how it looked. Plus, it makes the room look a little bit bigger. So yeah, I think it looks great. It might be a little weird, but to have like a mirror behind a bookcase, but I think it looks good. So it's okay. But then also in the living room, there ends up being a little desk area as well as a little piano, or I guess the keyboard, because when I have spaces that I don't know what to do with in a build, I either put a keyboard, a piano, or a art easel. That's what I do. But for the kind of like computer area, I made it so that it looks like there is like a nook that is kind of supposed to be for a desk. Like it's a two wide nook, if that makes sense, two tile wide nook, so you can fit a desk in there perfectly. And then because this apartment is built on, I believe, the medium wall height, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's the medium wall height, but because it's built on that, the wall space that was like above the bookcase was really annoying me, so I decided to put a shelf there. And I was trying out a few different shelves, but in the end I used this one from the Blooming Rooms kit, I believe. I think it's from that, which I never use this shelf, ever. I think it's beautiful and I wish I used it more, but it is such a weird shape because it's like a bunch of different like triangles and hexagons and stuff like that, like kind of clustered together, and it makes this really, really weird shape, and I never know when to use it. But I think it worked out perfectly to have above the desk here. And then the rest of the wall space I clutter up with like a clock, some I'm just thinking of the Swedish word, postcards. That's what it is. In Swedish, it's vykort, and so I was saying vinyl for some reason in my head. I don't know why, but I meant postcards, and just some other things there. And yeah, I think it's a really cute little area. Again, I was thinking that it's probably like where the parents sit and work, but yeah, I think it's really cute. And then I do the kitchen, and the kitchen is very simple. I use some base game counters in there, I believe, and yeah, it's just a kitchen. Like, I don't really know what to say about it otherwise. But yeah, it's a pretty small kitchen. Like, yeah, there's not really anything else to say. And then I do the kind of like front hallway area. And in there, I put a side table from, I believe that's also from the Desert Luxe kit. I might be wrong, but I believe it's from there. And it's not in the side table category. It's in the like category where you find shelves. I'm like 99% sure it's there instead. I don't know why, it just is. But I love that side table so much because it looks more organic. Like, it's not just a square. I don't know if that makes any sense whatsoever, but I really, really like it, and I think it just complemented the space really, really well. And I just add some clutter to that, and just have front hallway stuff. Like, I don't know, there's a mirror in there, and there's a an armchair, and that's about it. I think. And then I do the parents' bedroom, and the parents' bedroom also ends up being really, really simple. Nothing like extraordinary there. It just has like a bed. I believe the bed I use is from the Growing Together expansion pack, and above the bed I put these paintings, or it's one painting, but it looks like there are three of them in a row, which I believe is from the Backyard Stuff pack, possibly. I think so. It's either from the Backyard Stuff pack or the kids room stuff pack. It's from either or, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe so. And I love using that painting, especially in the swatch that I use, because it looks like there are like these three paintings of birds, and they're all, again, like in this neutral color scheme. They're all like some shade of brown, and I thought it just worked so well for this apartment because, again, it's very neutral. It's very like calming. I really like it, and it fit perfectly at that space. And then I also used a tapestry in there from Jungle Adventure, I believe, in this kind of like brown swatch as well. I almost never use the tapestry. I wish we had more tapestries like it in the game. We have that one. We have one from City Living, I believe. And then we have like a smaller version from Horse Ranch and one that we just got in base game with the pride flags on it. But I wish we had more options because I love using them so much, and I wish we just had more options of them. But yeah, so the one that I used is from Jungle Adventure. I almost never use it because most of the swatches, except for this one that I used, is very, very colorful. There's another swatch of it that has the same pattern as the swatch that I use, but it has like more of a light blue swatch, which I do use that one as well. But like all the other swatches, they have some different patterns, and they're just so colorful, which works really well in like Salvadorada, where it's supposed to be, you know, because Jungle Adventure. But in my personal, you know, my everyday builds, I'm not going to use it that much because I'm not a very colorful person when it comes to my interiors. But yeah, I really wish we had more tapestries. That's a really weird wish, but I do. And then after that, I do the bathroom, I believe. Bathroom is really simple. Nothing to say in there. And then I do the kids room, which I was actually talking about this kids room in last week's video, because in that build one of the kids room ends up having a TV, and I was talking about how I almost never do that, but then in this week's video you were also gonna get a kids room with a TV because yeah, the kids room ends up having this little like TV area, and I really like it. In this one I did use the little penguin TV, which I never use, but it's so cute. I think it's the cheapest one I use, or the cheapest one, what? It's the cheapest TV that we have, so anytime I use it, I just think of like a legacy challenge or something like that, where you don't have a lot of money but you still want a TV, so you just use that one. It's so random, but I do really like it, and I think it ends up looking really cute. In the kids room I also just put a bunk bed in there to have some more space because it's kind of a small room. But using that bunk bed I could put a desk under it, so it made sense. And then I also was able to fit in the science table, so that's cool. And above the science table I put a swatch of a wall decoration that we got from high school years that has like the periodic table on it, because I thought that would make sense. Like obviously a science table, you probably need to know the periodic table. But yeah, so that's basically for that room. I just put a bunch of like different, I tried to make the kids room also kind of like neutral and kind of like nature focused as well, so hopefully that gets across. But yeah, I don't know if there was anything else I want to talk about like when it came to the build. When I was building this, I did not have any family in mind. Again, the only thing I was thinking of is that one of the parents might be like an archaeologist or something like that. And maybe, I mean, to be fair, if you're an archaeologist, you go to Salvadorada a lot, and so maybe that's where they got the tapestry. See? It was all on purpose, I promise. Definitely not just a coincidence. Definitely not. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else I want to talk about when it came to the build. If you do want to download it, my gallery ID is Systems04, and the trade files will be linked down below. And as always, if you have any questions, just let me know. I guess we're on to rambles, which I think this is like the biggest rambling session I'm gonna be able to have, or that I have been able to have in the last few weeks, because or in the last like 2 months, honestly, because in most of my builds, I've actually been talking about the build, which was conscious because like we had the business and hobbies expansion pack, and then I do talk about like the new pack a lot, and then um the build I did after that, the build I posted last week, and did I post anything else before that? I don't know. I don't remember. But I had like things to talk about when it came to like the family of the house and stuff like that. Plus, I've been getting some comments that are like, "Love your videos, but can you take down the ramble a little bit?" And it's like, I've talked about this so many times, but if you've been here before, rambling is kind of my whole thing. Literally in my intro, it says loading rambles. You should be prepared. And I get you wanting to do feedback, and don't worry, like I'm not upset about it. Like I love feedback, but you know, if you gotta expect some rambling. If you don't like the rambling, just don't be here or just mute the video. It's not that hard. Um Sorry. That was kind of aggressive. I'm very sorry for that. But yeah, anyways, how are you guys? I hope you're well. I am well. Still have allergy season though, so that's kicking my butt. But other than that, I'm pretty well. I am a little stressed though, not gonna lie. Because I only have like just over 3 weeks left in school, and I leave because I should be having longer, but I have a vacation coming up, so, and it's like I can't rebook it because it's not, I wasn't the one who booked it, if that makes sense. It's my boyfriend's family. So I have that coming up, and so I have to leave early, and before that I have to move all my stuff from the dorms back home, and then I have to, finish all my school stuff, and then I'm going on a class trip for like 4 days as well in like 2 weeks, I think. So yeah, I'm kind of stressed, a little bit busy, but I'm happy still. It's just a lot to do, I think, and I get overwhelmed really easily, so yeah, I'm not too excited about the next few weeks, but like in the end I know it's gonna be fine because I'm gonna be spending like a long time at my boyfriend's, so I'm just like trying to tell myself that it will be okay and that it will be over really quickly and it's fine, like I'm really trying here. But yeah, other than that, I'm well. Just tired, honestly, as well, because the thing with allergy season is that it's not just that I get like congested and that I get like my eyes are like watery and stuff like that. Like it affects my entire life because I already have asthma, and having the pollen is just making it harder to breathe, which means that I can't get enough oxygen, which just means that I'm very tired all the time. So that's fun. But yeah, other than that, I'm good. I'm trying to figure out if there's anything I want to talk about. Is there anything I want to talk about? I'm really trying here. I mean, I could tell you this literally because I have nothing else to talk about. Like I said, I'm going on a trip with like my boyfriend's family. And it's not just like his family, it is his extended family. We're gonna be like 30 plus people. It's gonna be insane for me because I'm used to my family and we're really small and really quiet and just, homebodies, and his family is loud and big and a lot, and I love them. But it's just gonna be a lot for little me. But I think it's gonna be fine. But my boyfriend told me before, because like the place we're going, there's a ping pong table, and ping pong, table tennis, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna call it ping pong because that's, I don't know, what I'm used to. But my boyfriend told me that there's gonna be one and that I should be prepared because his family apparently does killer ping pong. I am scared. I'm scared. And I was like, okay, I'm prepared for that. That's gonna be fine. And then yesterday in the group chat we have for this trip, his uncle just put 50 balls ordered, like 50 ping pong balls ordered. Killer ping pong is on. And I was like, why do we need 50? What are we gonna do to the balls? Why do we need 50? I am scared. And it doesn't help that I am the clumsiest person alive, and that the last time I played ping pong, I got a concussion. This was years ago, and I have not played ping pong since. um, not because I didn't want to, just because I just haven't really had the opportunity. I say yes, we have a ping pong table at my school, but we don't talk about that one. But yeah, so last time I played ping pong, got a concussion, and that was regular ping pong. What is killer ping pong gonna do to me is my question. Like, I have many, many questions, but I think it's gonna be fine, right? I'm gonna come out alive, I believe. I think. If you don't hear from me the rest of the summer, yes, killer ping pong really was killer. But it has to be fine, right? Like, it can't be that bad, right? I say, please. Um, his family's very aggressive though when it comes to games, at least from what I've heard. So, yeah. I'm not looking forward to that, but I'm looking forward to, being there at the holiday because that's gonna be fun. But like the rest, not excited. Um, but yeah, that was like the only thing I had in my mind because I got that text like last night, so that's why I was thinking about it. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to talk about, and I don't think so. We're supposedly maybe getting new kits next week. 3 of them. We've been getting so many new kits this year. It's kind of insane. I'm not gonna be too mad about it because I do really love them all, but I think we need to calm down a little bit. Just a tiny little bit. just a bit. Because like why do we need this many kits? Again, I'm not gonna be mad about it because I love them all and I use them all, but it's just like a lot. But yeah, but I am excited about the new kits, and as always, I will be hosting a giveaway for all of the kits over on Twitter, so if you want to get them, you can check that out if you want to. I usually do a community post on here about it as well, but yeah, go on my Twitter, because again, I do the giveaways there, and like I said, I asked you guys what you wanted this week, and you're the reason you're getting this video this week. Otherwise, I probably would have posted something else, but you guys wanted an apartment, so here we go. Plus, backlog. Getting it out of the backlog, because again, I built this in 2023. That is not okay. I really need to get a grip, like genuinely. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out something else to talk about. I don't know. I genuinely have no idea. I'm trying to figure out like what I've been doing, but I've just been like building in Sims as always, and like chilling with my boyfriend and going to class. And I have been playing a lot of Valorant though, which if you've been here before, you know that I play that on and off a lot. Currently doing it a lot, and yeah, I'm having a lot of fun, mostly because I don't play by myself a lot of time. I usually play with my boyfriend, and then recently it's been with his brother and his girlfriend as well. And it's a lot of fun, like when you have a group, because we all just like don't take the game too seriously, and we will just mess around and do whatever we want. But yeah, I have fun doing that stuff. But that's literally what I'm doing. I haven't been doing anything else, like literally not anything else. I've just been chilling, going to the gym, and that's about it. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end the voiceover here because we're almost done. So yeah, don't forget to like, share, comment, and of course subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.